Tough loss for the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. The number one and number two team, in my opinion, in the league. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics saw each other again here on this particular night. Since the playoffs, and I eagerly anticipated a very competitive game, but I got quite the opposite. 139 to 118. Boston annihilates, destroys, punishes the Milwaukee Bucks. Jason Tatum, 41.7 boards, 5 assists, 29 contributed from Jaylen Brown. Al Horford also contributed as well. And, the Bucks, one thing about it, Bud won't get off of it, man. I'm just gonna vent a little bit, man. I don't know what it is about the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets why he turns into this paranoid person. I'm talking about Coach Bud. Coach Bud has this philosophy about letting these guys shoot threes. And once again, the Bucks get annihilated on the perimeter. We need perimeter defense. And allowing teams like this to outshoot us for no reason at all is ridiculous. And I'm going to add something else, man. I don't know where Bobby Portis went. I love Bobby Portis to death. Don't get me wrong, but Bobby Portis, he's been constantly out-rebounding all the bigs. He had 9 rebounds today, but, only contributed 4 points. Didn't get many minutes, as I noticed as well. I think Bud only gave him 23 minutes. What's up with that? A man that hustles like Bobby hustles, and he only gets 23 minutes. It's just a lot of things I'm seeing as far as coaching-wise that needs to be adjusted. Here's something that we've been screaming as Bucks fans, not just me. Us Bucks fans have been screaming for a few seasons now. Bud needs to learn his rotation. Bud needs to have more perimeter defense. Bud needs to make adjustments. Bud has yet to make any adjustments. Be serious about perimeter defense. And he definitely does not rotate the roster in big games the proper way. And it seems like only time when the Bucks kind of snaps out of it is kind of like when they make, instead of the set plays, they kind of take plays into their own hands. And don't get me wrong, some of the set plays that Bud makes, I noticed that the Bucks as well fumbles the set plays at times. But we're not going to worry about little knick-knack stuff like that. That's kind of nitpicking. It's the coaching, man. Who's to say if they would have made certain adjustments that they still would have lost? They would have not lost this game by this margin as big as this was. I'm pretty disappointed in how lackadaisical the defense was. There was nothing falling for us on our end either. It almost appeared that Giannis would probably not even score. I mean, I had money on it, but that don't make no difference. A parlay is a parlay. It was a little parlay bet. He had to get over 25 points. 25 plus. Bobby didn't get his 10 plus, so that fucks it up. You know what I'm saying? But that's not more so what I'm upset about. I'm looking at the long haul. We are going to contend for a championship. We are looked at as the best 2 teams in the NBA right now. We're going back and forth and battling for that number 1 spot in the East. And right now, Boston, if we continue to play like this, will leave us in their dust. And this is very, very urgent that the Bucks must make some type of adjustment. Everybody keep talking about we need to trade this and trade that, or swap out this person, and maybe we had this person. Well, that's a little bit more delusional than anything, because there's no particular player the Bucks really need to go out and get. There's no guy out there that exists right now, either they're retired or they're deceased, that's going to hit every 3, okay, and play some lockdown defense. That's just not going to happen. There's no players out there available that the Bucks can trade for to help the Bucks with that. The positives I can tell out this game, Joe Ingles did come back looking a little bit better. Seemed like he was a little rattled at first. He did put up some decent numbers for his his third game back. I think he'll get better and better as time go on, and as he get used to being on the floor, he did get a little bit more minutes. Once again, we did not see MarJon Beauchamp out on the floor to get quality minutes. I think they need to let him spread his wings a bit, give him a little bit more than 15 minutes a game. We didn't see him hardly at all to the end of the game, which he got the junk minutes again at the end of this game. I think Bud needs to take a chance on certain players, and he definitely needs to put some more length out on the floor. He cannot burn out his top guys. If you're gonna use your big man, you gotta let Mahmoud get his mouth wet. If he's out there and available, put him on the floor. You gotta let Serge get out there, man. You can't just reserve him for till the end of the year. This is not the way it's gonna happen for us this year to keep afloat and at the top of the Eastern Conference. The Central Conference for that matter. We have to really get with the program, man. And yeah. Would it compromise to that? Do the Bucks need to make maybe an adjustment or two player wise? Absolutely. But the Bucks really, really, really need to look into personnel wise as far as the coaching staff as well. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, Bud took us to the championship, of course. But this is something that we'll never get back and have that feeling again if we insist on doing stuff like this, because that's the coach's scheme. Now, as far as the trade and stuff go, man, okay, how can we compromise having a lockdown defender with a little bit of better shooting mixed with a little bit of both? I say we go ahead and go for the trades that we have been targeting anyway. Maybe we can get Seth Curry from Brooklyn, and then maybe go ahead and continue negotiations for Jay Crowder, if that's still available out there. Tell me y'all guys' thoughts about the Bucks play and what Jay should do next. Peace and blessings.